Welcome to INSPO, because sometimes we all need a little. It's a pretty common dilemma for those of us in the creative realms to work and find ourselves creatively blocked from time to time. Beyond that, it can also be hard to chart our progress or neatly explain our thinking from one point to another for clients, collaborators, or outside perspectives. As an overview of this app attempts to help users get inspired to create, help spur them to delve deeper into ideation, and offer them a way to catalog and organize the process. Why we made this app? Well, for creatives, it can be hard to get started sometimes. It can also be hard to explain the process to outsiders. This app helps users to research their ideas, organize their ideas, expand the creative thinking, and share and explain that process and their thinking. Our first user persona is for an artist and designer. They want help guiding the exploration, help explaining their thinking, and that it not be geared towards selling the work. Their needs are intuitive ease of use to inspire ideation and organization of the process. This app can also be used by musicians, writers, and of course, designers, web developers, you name it. Competitor platforms were Pinterest, Behance, the IDEO method cards, and Notability. Features that users liked in these apps from our research showed that they appreciated curating boards, sharing outside of these apps, the organization of the apps, and the searchability. Dislikes were the emphasis on the marketplace, the ephemeral posts or social media stories, the lack of clear hierarchy within their shared boards and organization, and then also the lack of compatibility with outside apps. For round one, we created these vibe board and strategy card screen wireframes as a way to start to organize the process and create some kind of call to action. We created 2 user flows with primary goals and secondary goals. One goal being get inspired to make cool stuff. The secondary goal being share these ideas outside of the app. First user flow, the user opens the app and they're greeted with the option to explore INSPO cards or to explore the vibe boards. First flow, they use the vibe board function. They either create a new vibe board or they add from other things to their vibe board. This user goes through and uses the camera roll, chooses a board, and then either shares this new vibe board with somebody outside of the app or goes to the second flow, which is to explore the inspiration cards where you're asked to surrender to that inspirational prompt or explore other prompts and then share or pin that. And then, of course, you get to do the whole process again for more inspiration. For round 2, we got to prototypes. Here are some prototypes that we did some testing on with those same wireframes turned into prototypes. The vibe board screen, we got the feedback that there were competing elements, that there should be more white space, that there should be a more clarified call to action. And for both screens, folks wanted a home button so that you had more options than just move forward or move backward. So now we'll get to the view comps part of this ride and waiting for it to load. Here we go. I'm going to hit restart so you can see the animation. And here is that first screen. We have the option to do Vibe or INSPO, so let's go to Vibe. You get to the Vibe board section and you click on this, and now you have your inside of your nested Vibe boards. And you want to add to those, you can do a new board, new Vibe to board, or a new photo. Just to follow that user flow that we showed before, let's go ahead and say new photo. Let's click on that. It's like, there we go, we take a photo. We're going to choose the board, and then now we can either add more to the board or we can share it. Let's go ahead and go to INSPO, and then here's the cards, second flow. Scrolling horizontally, and once we pick one, we can go, okay, we want to share this, share it to a friend, successfully shared. Back to the start. Thank you very much. Throughout this process, the app is hopefully encouraging thoughtful exploration and a way to neatly catalog this process for both the user and themselves, and to help illustrate the conceptual journey to others outside of the process.